My name's Chris Rausch. I am the Chief Creative Officer and basically head designer here at Supervillain Studios. We're an independent video game developer. We've been around for 9 years now. I've been making games for 20 years. I was one of the original guys on the Tony Hawk skateboarding games, and then took off from there with my partner Steve to start Supervillain. We've had chances to work on some really neat stuff. Fat Princess was a highlight for us. Tron was a highlight for us. Working with groups like Disney and these people with mass creative license and influence over so much cool stuff, and getting a chance to kind of plug into that and do what we do has been cool. Being an independent, now that we're in charge of all aspects of the release of our games, we hope to have even more communication with the fans and the people that are playing the stuff that we're putting out. We've always wanted to make toys out of our characters. We got into looking at 3D printing kind of in its infancy, but it was never anything that we married together with the fact that we wanted to make these toys. Like, well, this stuff could never do that. And then Sandboxr comes along, and they kind of have the promise of doing these things. We were a little skeptical at first, you know, like, all right, hey, you know, we're really excited. Your guys' stuff looks cool, and we're definitely, you know, ready to throw some stuff at you to take a look at, and hopefully this will kind of test the system, and we'll all see if this is really what you're promising. And then we're blown away, like blown away. They rolled up with our characters from Tower Wars, fighting and punching each other in, you know, action poses and all this stuff that were so far beyond like typical rigid kind of hero poses. And that is really, I think, what kind of sold us. You go to Sandboxr, you can kind of figure out, well, these two guys can be sitting down and having tea. You can put props in here and do all kinds of different cool stuff and make with it whatever you want. Posed up, printed out, you know, 10 different ways, all rad. Seeing the integrity maintained in the model and the textures and everything else, like, it didn't come out as this flat gray robot. It came out textured, you know, it's got rust and scratches and a color gradient over it, you know, and what? And nobody, like, you just set it off and boot, you know, George Jetson button, and here's a rad statue. The tool itself is really cool because it gives you an opportunity to grab hold of joints and move and manipulate and bend this guy however you want him, posing and characters and stuff. You almost feel like you're a bit of an animator because, you know, you're going to put this guy in some cool dynamic pose, you know, and make this guy squat and stick his leg out, and this guy's doing a karate kick, and this guy's reacting to it, or whatever the case may be. That's where I think the key difference is in the stuff that we've seen from Sandboxr. To get that into a web app or onto your phone as an app and be able to kind of manipulate on such an easy and accessible level is awesome. And that's critical because now my kid, he's going to go into this app, he's going to be able to wrap his head around it within 5 minutes and then actually pose this guy and do this thing. And the end result when it shows up is exactly what he thought it was going to be. The experience has been amazing. The product that comes out of it is amazing. You know, moving forward and into the future, it can only get better, which is awesome because it's already kick-ass.